Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So friends, in this particular video we'll be solving this problem, that is sum of left leaves. So friends, what we are given is, we are given the root of a binary tree and we have to return the sum of all left leaves. And friends, leaf is a node with no children. So this is the example that we are given, and these are the leaf node 9, 15 and 7. Basically these are the nodes which do not have any children. But friends, the question is that we have to return the sum of left leaf node, and left leaf nodes are 9 and 15. This is the right node. So hence the answer is 24. So friends, let's understand the dry run first. Let's understand the logic, how we are going to proceed with this particular question, and then we will do the coding. So friends, let's try to understand how we are going to solve this particular question. So friends, we have to simply find the sum of left leaf, okay, that we know. So over here we have two left leaves that are 9 and 15. So the answer should be 24. The resultant should be 24. And friends, the idea behind solving this question will be level order traversal. So in my previous video, I have also discussed that we can solve the level order traversal using queue. So this is going to be our queue. Okay. So what can we do? So what we are going to do, we are first going to enqueue the node, this root node, into our queue. Simple. Now what we are going to do, we are going to check if queue.length is greater than 0 or not. Our queue.length is greater than 0. Then what we are going to do is, we are going to simply dequeue this particular node, that is 3, and then we are going to simply go for two cases, that is the left and one is right. So friends, in right case, we are going to simply check if right exists, then simply do the queue.push and simply push the root's value, basically right node's value. But so friends, for left node we have two cases, that is basically one, it is that it is a leaf node, yes or not. So friends, one will be that it is not a leaf node, another will be that it is a leaf node. So if it is a leaf node, if it is not a leaf node, then what we are going to do, we are going to simply make a queue.push and left node dot value. We are going to simply enqueue it into the queue. But if it is a leaf node, then what we are going to do, we are not going to enqueue it, but we are going to simply do sum equals sum plus its value. Got it? So now what will happen, first we had this 3. So what we have done, we have simply checked if queue.length exists or not, and queue.length is greater than 0. Then what we are going to do, we have simply dequeued it. So when we have dequeued it, we have simply got this 3. Now we have checked for its left node, and the left node is 9, which is a leaf node. So what we are going to do, we are simply going to update our sum to 9, and we are not going to push it. But if our tree would be something like this, let's suppose any other value over here, like 8. So what would be the result is, then we will be doing something like this. We would have pushed 9 to the queue. But right now the scenario is different. So we are not going to push 9 into the queue. So friends, till now we have our sum as 9. Now what we are going to do, the left node is processed for 3. Now we are going to process its right node, which is 20. And friends, I have simply told you that for right node, we simply have to push it. We simply need to enqueue it into the queue. So we are going to simply enqueue 20 into the queue. Now again, we have to run the function from the beginning. We will check whether the queue.size exists or not. Yes, queue.length exists. Then once again, we are going to dequeue it. Now another node that we have is 20. What we have is 20. Now again, we are going to go for its left and right. Now again, for its left node, we will be seeing basically if it is a leaf node or not. And over here, yes, it is a leaf node. So what we are going to do, we will be running this particular case, and now sum will become 24. 9 plus 15, 24. Now what will happen, left iteration is finished. Now we are going to go for right iteration for 20. So the right node of 20 is 7. So what we are going to do, we are going to simply enqueue the right node. Got it? And now what will be happening, once more entire function will run for 7, and we are going to dequeue 7, and we are going to check for its left and right node. And friends, it is a right leaf basically, and its left is also null and right is also null, so nothing is going to be included into the uh, queue basically. So now the queue's length is 0, basically the length has become 0 now. So our function will end over here, and final result that we will be getting is 24. So friends, this will be the logic that we are going to apply while coding. We are simply going to take one queue and we are simply going to enqueue the node, root node first, and after enqueuing the root node, we will be checking for the left and right node. If it is right node, we are simply going to push the value of the right node. But if it is a leaf node basically, if it is a left node, then what we are going to do for left node, we are going to run these two iterations, basically these two conditions, in which we will check if it is a leaf node, then we are going to add this particular value to the sum, or else we are going to simply enqueue it into the queue. So friends, now let's proceed to code. Friends, welcome back. I hope the logic that we have just seen in the whiteboard, I hope it is clear to you all. Now let's do the same in coding. So friends, the logic that we have discussed was of level order traversal. So let's try to mimic that particular pseudocode over here also. So what we are going to need is, we are going to simply need a queue, and in JavaScript we can mimic the queue with the help of array only, like array itself. Now what we are going to do, we have simply taken this queue and simply enqueued the root into the queue. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to simply take one variable that will be the sum to store the sum, and now we are going to simply check while queue dot length is greater than 0. Now we are going to dequeue the node that is in the queue, and how we are going to do is using queue dot shift. And now we are going to check for its left and right node. If node dot left exists, and over here if node dot right exists. So friends, if node dot left exists, we have two cases to check. Basically, if that particular left node is a leaf node or not. So first let's check if it is a leaf node or not. So friends, right now we are standing over here. This is the 3 that we have dequeued from the queue. So right now we are standing over here. So what we are going to do, we have to check this particular node from here. So how we are going to check it? We are going to check it using node dot left, and we have to check if it is a leaf node or not. So we are going to check it using if node dot left is null and node dot left dot right is null. So if node dot left does not exist, and if node dot left dot right does not exist, it means that it is a leaf node, and we are going to simply add it to the counter, sum counter, root dot left dot val. Else it means that it is not a leaf node, then we are going to simply enqueue it into the queue. And friends, similarly for root node dot right, we are going to simply enqueue it into the queue. And finally over here, what we are going to do is simply return the sum. Let's see if it runs or not. Friends, it shows time limit exceeded. Actually there is one small issue over here. We have to address node, not because we have taken this root node out inside this node, so we have to, actually there is a difference, so we have to correct this variable. Now let's try once more. Cool. So friends, as we can now see over here, our first test case and second test case, both of them are passed. Let's try submitting it. Cool. So friends, our answer has been accepted. Once again, let's try to understand the code. What we have done, we have simply written the logic of level order traversal, that is using queue. We have traversed it level by level, like first level, second level, third level. We have simply enqueued the root into the queue, then we have simply dequeued it inside this loop where we are checking the queue length, and we have and if it is a we are checking if its left node exists, then we are simply checking while standing over here that if it is a leaf node, then simple add it to the sum pointer, sum variable, or else simply push it to the queue for the next iteration. And for right node, we do not need to find the sum of right node, so what we are going to do, we are simply going to push the right node to the queue, and finally returning the sum. So friends, this was the simple solution for this sum of left leaves problem, and I do hope that you have understood this particular code as well as the explanation that I tried to explain you earlier. And friends, if you have liked the content, then please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. We'll be meeting in the next video. Thank you.